Hello everyone, my name is Wynand Fourie. I'm a musician from Cape Town, South Africa, and I'm back with another React. And today we're gonna do a Tool video. It's gonna be 2-in-1, same song but two different versions. And this is a request on my Buy Me a Coffee account, and it was made by Gwyn. I'll read you the thing. It's just, dude, the army has asked and we must answer. Tool, the Grudge. Now, Gwen also messaged me on Instagram and told me to check out the live version of this song. She gave me a link after I checked out this version with the lyrics. So I'm going to do this with the lyrics first, and then I'm going to watch the live one. All in the same video. Crazy, right? Yeah. So it's going to be a long video, but stick around till the end because I'm sure that this is going to be a cool performance. I've never seen them actually. Well, no, I have seen them live. Well, not personally, but I've seen the drummer live. I've seen that Vic Firth drum cam video of Danny just exploding on Pneuma. So this is Tool, the Grudge, audio. I think this is just album art. So they usually have lyrics. Yeah, cool. So I'm gonna play this and read the lyrics. Let's go. Okay, we're opening with some ambient. Classic Tool. It's like a pulsating organ. This was a bit later. Tool, the production has stepped up a bit. What album is this from? Lateralis, okay.
Wear the grudge like a crown. Negativity, calculate what we will not tolerate, desperate to control all and everything, unable to forgive the scarlet letterman.
Wow.
Like a cornerstone, otherwise it all comes down. Terrified of being alone, ultimatum prison cell. Saturn ascends, choose 1 or 10. Hang on or be humbled again.
Some astrology. Sorry, I'm pausing. Saturn ascends. Choose 1 or 10. I wonder if that's like has to do with the houses, because Saturn ascends. Saturn, in terms of astrology, I think covers a lot of like karmic lessons, like learning lessons, and it seems like this is about a grudge, like holding a grudge, and kind of how that's. Wear the grudge like a crown of negativity. It's like holding on to that negative thing can like harm you more than it harms whoever you have a grudge against. You know, calculate what we will not tolerate, desperate to control all and everything, unable to forgive your scarlet letterman. I'm not sure what that means, but yeah, it's almost like And then what he says something about prison, ultimatum, prison cell. I think it's like holding on to a grudge can imprison you in like a very dark, negative space. You know, Saturn ascends. So Saturn, person's Saturn return is usually around like the age of 30. It's like a big moment in your life when your Saturn returns. It's like learning a lot of lessons, or it's like you start to incorporate a lot of the lessons that you've learned up until that point. And if you don't do that, then usually your life can go very sideways and off the path, or like bad things can happen if you don't incorporate the lessons that you have, you know, or that you've learned. Which is then again, I think, tying to the grudge thing, you know, like holding on to these bad emotions, like you just gotta let go. A grudge is never healthy, you know. Anyway, I'm just spitballing. I don't know if I'm close to what they're singing about, but it feels like
Choose 1 or 10. Hang on.
one or 10. I can't remember how many houses there are in astrology. I'm not like so clued up, but I know there's like the 10th house, the first house. I don't know what they all mean, but maybe that's it, or maybe it's more like numerology, like a cycle, 1 to 10 cycle or something. I don't know.
I'm bold again. I'm bold again. She said. Clutching like a cornerstone, otherwise it all comes down. Justify denials and cripple to the lonesome man. Saturn ascends, comes round again. Saturn ascends, the 1, the 10, ignorant to the damage done.
I think this kind of solidifies what I was thinking. You know, Saturn ascends, comes round again, returns. Saturn ascends, the 1, the 10, ignorant to the damage done. So it's like when Saturn returns, you're supposed to learn these lessons. But if you're ignorant of the damage that something like a grudge can do to you, then shit's gonna go wrong, bro. Anyway.
Wear the grudge like a crown. Negativity, calculate what will not tolerate. Desperate to control all and everything. Unable to forgive me, scarlet love. Wear the grudge like a crown. Desperate to control, unable to forgive, and sinking deeper. Defying it, confiding in, sinking deeper, controlling, defying it, and we're sinking deeper. Saturn comes back around, showing you everything lives to choose what you will. Will not stand and drag you down like a stone, or lift you up against the
Damn,
you
man.
out like a child. Light and innocent Saturn comes.
Telling you, bro. I think I hit the nail on the head. Saturn comes back around to show you everything, the lessons that you're supposed to learn. Lets you choose what you will and will not see, and then. So this is like usually a pivotal moment in one's life where you either choose like the path you choose in this period of your life. And I've like 3 years ago was basically my Saturn return, and it's also when shit almost went really wrong for me because I made bad choices, and luckily I got out of it. And when I did choose the right path, or like the path that was more, that the universe was clearly showing me this is the way to go, stop doing this bad shit. When I started following that path and listening to the universe, everything just started falling into place and going right for me. So it's just like, wow. So Saturn comes back around and to show you everything, lets you choose what you will and will not see, and then drags you down like a stone or lifts you up again. Damn, dude. Damn. Spits you out like a child, light and innocent. Fuck, man. Like that's literally what happened to me. Like it's like you can decide. You're deciding, like I said. So it's like a crossroad, and if you go down the wrong side and you refuse to learn the lessons that you're supposed to learn, it's gonna drag you down like a stone, man. Damn. Okay. I'm very chuffed with myself for getting that. To consume you till you choose to let this go. So good. I don't know this song was gonna like connect so much with me. So good. Give away the stone, the thing dragging you down. Let the oceans take and transmutate this cold and faded anchor. Let the ocean being like a cleansing, like a water cleansing, wash yourself clean, and transform this pain, transmutate. It's kind of this cold and faded anchor. So that, like, transform the thing dragging you down into a lesson, like learn from it, and give away the stone, let the waters kiss and transmutate these leaden grudges into gold. Like if you learn the lessons that you're supposed to learn from these bad things or these bad people in your life, then that becomes strength. If you choose the right path, it becomes strength. It turns into gold. Damn. Shit, man. This is deep. This is so deep. Okay, let's listen to the end of the song. It seems like the lyrics are done, except for "Let Go." So let's see. that screen. You can see people went back here. Let's see again. So it starts 7 minutes. Second screen. Crazy. Oh man, that's good. Polyrhythms. Let's go. Amazing. What a track. What a friggin' track. The only reason I really know a lot about like Saturn and Saturn Return is because I went through like a lot of stuff in that era, and I have a lot of friends who are like big into astrology, and they were like, yeah, it's because of your Saturn return. I was like, what's that? It's like, yeah, well, when you turn 30, your Saturn comes back around again. You know, like wherever it was when you were born, it's like it's made a full cycle. And Saturn, you know, they were explaining to me like Saturn is like karmic lessons, and it's all about like learning from your mistakes or learning from the bad things in your life and blah 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 blah. So yeah, that's why I know about this, and that's I think why this song is like really hit me in a deep spot, because I can relate to the journey. Let's check out the live version. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to jam or to improvise some guitar over one of these, but we'll see. Maybe. I mean, why not? It's just gonna be a really long video, but let's check out the live version right now. Okay, so this is like camera sound, it seems, but that's okay. Wow, I've never seen them like what they look like, except for the drummer. The opening track of their set. Big sound for a four-piece. Such a good bass tone as well. Great voice for live. It's interesting that the singer is like in the shadows, and he's not up front, like freaking, you know. He's like, he stays back a bit. He's a bit shy. He's a bit of an introvert, I guess, but still wants to make music and still writes good lyrics and still sings really well. So it just doesn't take front and center. Doesn't like the spotlight, I guess, literally. Got like a helmet on. It's like in a SWAT team outfit. Drama is unfair. This is also like one of those cases where they just ask the fans to send in all the videos that they have of the song, and they like took like the best audio clip and then just edit on all the, because a lot of it's like crowd footage, right? All of it's crowd footage. So pretty. No spotlight on the singer. So interesting. this time. So cool. Strumming. Oh my god. The timings are just like this drama. Woo! Damn. That was insane. That was insane, guys. That was freaking nuts. That was really cool. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna listen to the original again and jam over it, but yeah, just in terms of this video, interesting to see them live. It's cool. It's like I now I know what the members look like, what all the members look like, except the singer. But I've seen some thumbnails with his face on. So, but yeah, it's really interesting because like. Even though the audio isn't like the best, it's still like, especially listening to the original first, you still get a sense of the song, and you get a sense of like how they sound live, because this is sound coming through the speakers. This is what the audience heard. It's going into a crappy like phone microphone or whatever it is that recorded this, but it's still like when you have sound that's coming straight from the speakers, you get a sense of what they sound like live, more so than like it coming like from the desk and being recorded and mixed afterwards, you know, because that's always like cleaned up a bit and made to sound nice. This is raw, so the fact that they sound so tight and so good just raw is really a testament to their playing and their ability as musicians. Amazing song, amazing performance. Well done, well friggin' done. Let's do a little jam through of this 8-minute 36-second song. Let's see what I can come up with. Yeah, all right, boom. I wonder if they're in D minor again. I think they're in like a D Phrygian. Just started like learning modes like in my, how long has it been now? I started playing guitar at 16. I'm 33 now, so it's like 14, I'll carry the 3, and then 17 years of playing guitar. I'm only now starting to learn the modes, and I know that this is a D. This is a D Phrygian. So there you go. I think that's what they're playing in. Let's go. carried away at the end there. But all good. Damn. What a friggin' track, bro. So they did switch from Phrygian to Aeolian, which is the minor scale at one point, but then they went back to Phrygian. That's cool. They're playing around with like they like to stay in D because they're probably playing in drop D, which is like kind of standard for metal bands. You know, makes those breakdowns quite easy. But then you can play around with the modes to give it different sounds. You know, so it's not just like D minor all the time. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And the Phrygian scale is really cool because it gives it like a bit of a flamenco type vibe. But not that this is flamenco in any way, but yeah, interesting track, really cool. This is my favorite Tool track so far, out of all the ones that I've listened to and reacted to. If you want to see my other Tool reactions, if you enjoyed this one and you want to see some other ones, I've jammed to a lot of them. But yeah, you can check it out. I've got a playlist on my channel, and please subscribe to my channel because I'm definitely gonna do some more Tool in the future. There's a lot more Tool that I need to get into, and I'm really enjoying this band. It's really cool. I've always known of them. I've heard a couple of songs from friends, but I've never done the deep dive. I've never done the spiral, so I've never spiraled out, and now I'm going to be spiraling out viciously. So yeah, come on board, climb aboard for the journey. Yeah, and I really enjoy it, like playing along with them and kind of just like improvising, you know, along. It's really opens up my field of vision in terms of musicality. And it's quite difficult with all the timing changes and tempo changes. Not tempo changes, they stick to a tempo, but with all the timing changes, time signature changes, it's like kind of tough to really get to just like predict, you know, what they're gonna do. But I think it makes it fun to kind of just play along. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Thank you guys. If you have a song or artist that you want me to react to and you want to support this channel, you can do so by heading over to my Buy Me a Coffee account. Please read the terms and conditions, the guidelines before making a request. And yeah, and I'll basically react to any artist as long as it adheres to my content boundaries, which is any no hateful, discriminatory, or inappropriate content. If a video doesn't align with the vibe of the channel, I'll refund it. No drama. Boom. Okay. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you for the next reaction. Bye-bye.